This podcast is powered by the pros at Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric. Arkansas owned, Arkansas operated. GoPaschal.com.
Neal, it's like it's all happening at the same time. What's up?
Yeah, and hey, and I have to make a call out to that NCAA softball covering the super regionals there, and we covered a lot of the regionals there too. I'm looking around. I think we're the only ones doing that now. Now we're not taking a whole lot of money on it, but it's out there, and that's why you have a little fun with it. And it's fun watching those ladies play softball. Boy, I wouldn't want to take a pitch from some of them because I'd duck. I'm telling you what.
Well, and it's like for a sports bettor, we always hear that the NCAA basketball tournament is Valhalla. I mean, that's like that's where you get all these games to bet on and all the parlays that can go along with that. But I also think about, I mean, this is the week of conference baseball tournaments. It's the same thing as conference basketball tournaments. In fact, there's even more games because a lot of the tournaments, most of them are double elimination.
Yeah, and that's what's been a lot of that's a lot of fun about these tournaments. So I look them at like little mini March Madnesses. All of these playoffs. The NBA, the NHL. And then when we got the College World Series coming up, we're already in the Women's Softball World Series. I mean, I just love it. Now the games, there's not as many games as maybe per se. Once we get into that, but there's always something going on from like 9:30 in the morning. I mean, here we are playing baseball, and a lot of people are paying attention to it, and that started on Tuesday. So, it's a lot of fun this time of year.
So, we say these sports like they're one big monolith, and we think about them as being American sports first and foremost, right? When you think of basketball, yeah, there's the NBA right now, but there's also the EuroLeague going on and prop bets on the NBA draft. When you think of baseball, it's not just college, it's not just Major League. I know Saracen's got AAA and Korean baseball and Japanese baseball and everything. I mean, when you think of these sports, it's not just the American sports.
Right, and there's a lot of shift workers in this state, and some people are up in the middle of the night and have different hours, and it's very interesting to see how much we get on like the Korean Baseball League, because somewhere somebody's streaming one and watching it, because we even have some in play on those games over there. It's not flash bets where it's play by play, but we do have in play betting on some of those American sports that are played overseas, and they're a lot of fun to watch, and it's different. And just looking at with the Japanese and the Korean players that we're getting in the Major League Baseball, I mean it's becoming all. I mean it is intertwined, and from the gambling perspective, the more content that we have out there, the better for us, because that's a reason that each and every fan can come to the website and find usually their favorite sport and bet on it, and if they don't, and ask, and if we can put a line on it, we'll do our best to get one up for you.
You mentioned the flash bets, and that's in-game betting. I know that's now active for NHL playoffs. But what's the difference between play-by-play betting and flash bets?
Well, there is. Our developer forgot to change the name on the development site from play-by-play to flash bets. That's the only difference between them. And I'm telling on myself there, but yeah. That was just a slight overlook on my part that I didn't catch it, because I was just so excited to see the flash bets for, how we brand those play-by-play betting on the site, that I overlooked that we forgot to change the name from the generic play-by-play to our flash bets. And that's all that was there. So they're the same thing.
So as far as the NBA draft is concerned, and that's coming up in, I guess it's about a month or a little more than a month, it seems that the most famous name in the draft is not going to be picked first, and that's pretty rare. It's about Bronny, and I know there's a lot of bets available on other apps about where he goes or if he goes and who takes him. Does Saracen have props on Bronny too?
Well, what team do you want to bet to taking? Right now, Los Angeles Lakers are the favorite at plus 175. Followed by the Cleveland Cavaliers at plus 1,000. So, and then you got the Sixers at plus 1,000, and I think the Knicks at plus 1,200. So, you got some teams way down there at the bottom. But if you look at the top four, if the Lakers for some reason don't take him or something happens and either Cleveland, Philadelphia, or snagging, you can get 10-1 on your money instead of just 1.751 on your money. You're not even doubling your money when you getting 2-1 if you do the Lakers, and so there's where your money making opportunities are. Now, never bet the farm on any of this stuff or the mortgage or anything like that. But if you just want to put a friendly, fun bet in there, and if it comes through, hey, take that money and use it to bet on a parlay, and that's what it's about. It's the fun speculation part of it, and you don't have to bet a lot of money. You can bet as little as $1 on these fun markets.
We had bets on, I think, on the WNBA draft, NBA draft, NFL. Major League Baseball draft takes place during the All-Star break. That's a little less than a couple months away. Will you guys have things for the Major League Baseball draft? Because there's obviously going to be some localized interest, figuring Hagen Smith goes top 10.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at that, but I'm sure we will because Hagen Smith. He's been on my radar as far as drafts, markets, all year long. So. We will have some things on the draft. I don't know exactly what that coverage is going to be. I've been worried about some of the other things that we've been working on and being ready for the NBA playoffs, the NHL playoffs, and some new technology that we're going to be adding to the site over the next couple of months. So, but we will definitely have that. And then, again, something special this year that we have to get ready for is the Olympics. And all of the coverage that we're going to have there, and any opportunities to any Arkansas-centric players that may be, in one of the major markets to see if we could call attention to that also.
With Olympics, I think, and I've looked at this, it's mostly right now about number of gold medals that each country will win. But when it comes to the competitions themselves, are the competitions that are judged, are those also available, or is that just about, can you just put money on keeping score?
Yeah, there's ways, but even the ones are judged are going to be a part of it. One of the most popular ones that are judged sometimes are the boxing, and we get a lot of actions on the boxing on the Olympics. And of course we get it mainly on the baseball and the team sports that are in the Olympics. But and right now you're not going to have a lot of lines. Still qualifying is still ongoing for the Olympics, to make the Olympics. So, all the fields are not necessarily set and who's qualified for it. So, the Olympics, we're going to try to have some fun with it. And the Olympics are at a good time for us because it's a slow time. So it's not going to take away from any of the other major sports. Really, all you're going to have really going on is WNBA and Major League Baseball at that time. And we'll just start beginning to think about preseason football.
Well, got the conference finals right now in the NBA, and then the finals coming up right after that. There's a lot of options, a big menu for NBA basketball and Bet Saracen right now, Neal. There's a lot to look at.
Yeah, and right now that's where everybody's focused on. The majority of all of our bets are NBA playoffs right now, followed by is Arkansas on the diamond. That's number 2, and then after that, it spreads out pretty even with Major League Baseball. And all of that. But right now, NBA, everybody is really, really focused on that. That's 60% of our volume right now. A lot of money comes in on that. And, people really love their basketball here in Arkansas. And, boy, is next year's college basketball season going to be fun.
You ready for it to be? Hey, we don't want to fast forward to November just yet, but
Not just yet, but, hey, I'm wondering about some of the liabilities that I'm going to have to manage and with the futures and the parlays and things of that nature. It's going to be a lot of fun because heck, the last time he changed schools, he won the national championship his first year, I think. So, hey, that's high on the radar.
Liabilities and expectations for a team go hand in hand, right?
Yeah, pretty much so. If Arkansas has that magical season we're all clamoring for, everybody in the state but me will be happy. And the only reason I won't be happy is on the financial performance P&L review the next month. March has not been very friendly to Bet Saracen here lately, so maybe we'll have a good one next year. But the only way we can have But if Arkansas does what they're going to do, I'm going to be biting my fingernails next month. But, hey, we got a lot to do before then. So a lot to check out this weekend, too.
Hey, you'd mentioned that there's some things in development, and I'll just leave it open-ended here. Is there anything can you open the hood? Can we get a look under the hood and anything that might be planned over the next month or two for Bet Saracen?
Well, probably the number one thing that you're going to see for not letting out, that's something that's super going to be maybe more competitive facing that I might want to let out now. But one of the big things that we are working on is to make where you have total security of your account. I know I've been on here a couple of times and say, hey, don't share your passwords. Just as a teaser, I'm going to make passwords a thing of the past, and you trying to make a bet on a game and doing a password reset. If you've got your phone, not somebody else's, your phone, and that's where your Bet Saracen account is, I'm going to give you very, very easy access to it whenever, and I'm going to make it where nobody else can get into it also. So it's a new security protocol that we're going to be doing, and our people are going to like it because I think we've all been there, and I call it password HELL, when you can't remember that password and then you get put in the password reset, then you got even more questions to ask. That is absolutely, or you're calling customer service to reset it. I'm gonna make that thing a thing of a past, and I think people will really, really like that. But making it, all I'm doing is making it easier for you to get to your account and making it harder for anybody else to get there. So, well, we're really, really glad for that. And I know one of the major operators in the country are looking at it too, but it looks like we're going to beat them to being live by many, many months.
BetOnline is your #1 source for all your betting needs. Get the latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. BetOnline continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use our promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet online, where the game starts.